book, mask. No.
I'm ready.
Hi. How's it going?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, look at all the kids. Oh, I love it. I know Casey is having a few technical issues. Her name, there she is. She keeps bouncing off and off, on and off is what I'm trying to say. So hopefully Casey can get her computer working. Go. Awesome. Oh, there you are, Case.
Oh, there. Okay, it just kept saying connecting.
Yeah, I know it was weird for a while.
Yes.
Oh, okay, let me count some numbers here. So there we've got Kaylee up here. There we go. We've got Nyla, Ellie, Charlotte, Maddie. I keep calling Ellie Maddie for some reason at practice. There we go. Good. Ella's mom. There we go. Davis's. Awesome. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. You have the roster pulled up by any chance, Case?
Yep. Let me just refresh that.
Okay.
I count 7.
Oh. Oh yeah, I can't count.
We have 7, right?
Yes, we do. 1, 2,
Okay.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, you guys are right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's get started so that we can get you guys on off of here with we appreciate you guys for getting on, but we also appreciate your time. So we'll try to get all of our information out, and then you can ask your questions, and we'll try to get you guys off this call so you can have good bedtime stories or bedtime baths, whatever you guys do. Bedtime stories were my favorite, so here we go. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've met most of you guys in person. If I haven't, my name is Kelsey. I am our women's team coordinator. I'm new to the role as of this year. Previously, Casey, who is down here, she is our COO now. She handles basically everything at the gym. Casey runs our gym. If you are ever wondering all the magic behind that, it's all Casey. So she was already doing that before, but she was doing that and doing what I'm doing. So we were like, Casey, this is too much. So Casey,
quit being a workaholic, Casey.
Yes. So she is now solely our COO. She handles all things operations. She's going to go over all the billing today. But just for reference from you guys, if you ever have a billing or scheduling question, it can go right to Casey's email. You're going to get a lot of emails from Casey throughout the year. But all those questions will go right to Casey. She's our guru on getting all that stuff handled. Kristen up here in this corner for me. I don't know what corner she is for you guys. For this corner for me, she is the head coach of our level 2s and level 3s. She just took over our level 3 head coaching position this year as well. But Kristen's been here since the gym opened. She is an OG and she is the bomb.com. I super appreciate Kristen. She taught me so much when I first moved to CGA. She's awesome. All your gymnastics related questions will go right to Kristen. So if you ever practice about like what they're learning or how they're doing or just anything about a meet or a practice, all that can go right to Kristen. And then if Kristen needs any help with answering any of those questions, any email can be directed to me after that. What I do is I kind of set the standards for our program. So I meet with all of our coaches once a week and I kind of go over how we teach things to the kids and what kind of life lessons we want to learn, what kind of coaching lessons we want to learn. The main thing we enacted this year is what's called our GER faces. So our philosophy in our team program has always been build the human first, build the athlete second. So we believe that if you can get the mind right, the body will be set up for success. And we do obviously take in strength and flexibility and physical training very importantly, but we know the mind is the strongest muscle, is the most powerful tool in that body. So we focus really hard on getting the mind right for that competitive atmosphere. What our GER faces are they are our team values. So they're kind of like our morals, our set of standards that we try to live by. They stand for goal-oriented, reliable, respectful, family, attitude, communication, effort, and self-love. Self-love being something that we love to empower our girls by because we want them to feel good about what they're doing out there because it's gymnastics is such a special sport and it's so unique to anything else. So just being out there and being a gymnast means that you're already at the top of the chain, ladies. You're already crushing it in life. And we're so excited to have you join this team. Kristen's going to kind of go over what practices will look like, kind of what her goals are and summer practices, and then kind of what you guys can expect when they go to meets. This year, obviously, might have a few things like wearing masks and social distancing, but kind of how the kids act when they go to meets and all that. So I'll let Kristen go ahead and talk.
All right. Hi, I'm Kristen. I've been doing this for a while, but this whole meeting over Zoom is very interesting. So I apologize if I'm awkward over the computer. So for the summer, we'll be practicing 6 hours a week. And what that sort of looks like is the summer we spend doing a lot of like get to know you gymnastics. Like this is what Miss Kristen expects when you come to the gym. It's not as much skill focused. It's, this is how we behave in the gym now that we're team gymnasts, and this is how we support each other being teammates, and just kind of how we conduct ourselves in the gym will be a big part of this summer, because since we're not doing rec anymore, we don't have to like fit everything in this hour, one hour once a week. So, and we're going to do a lot of basic skills. We're really going to build our foundation for gymnastics. Not that they weren't doing that in rec, but we're going to it's kind of next level in team. So yes, they were working on handstands before, but we're going to take that handstand and break it down even more and get our body shapes correct and build that really strong foundation so that as they progress through gymnastics, Kelsey and Casey and all of those upper level coaches don't have to worry about any of those gymnastics foundations. And I feel like I'm pretty good at that. I've been doing this now for coming on 20 years, which really—
She's really good at it. She's really good at it, guys.
Yeah.
It's just really, it's what I've always liked to do. And it's fun since I've been doing it so long. It's fun to like see the kids progress. Like a little girl who I coached years ago just graduated from college after doing gymnastics in school. So it's pretty neat to see what happens down the road. So let's see, practices are 2 hours, 3 days a week. We do have some like, I guess, rules for practice. Like I do expect them to come in a leotard. Now I get it, I have 4 kids. So I get the whole, I forgot a leotard and they have to wear a t-shirt and shorts. So I do get that, but try to make every effort that they're always in a leotard just because of spotting and being on the bars. And it's actually a little bit more dangerous with like t-shirts and stuff. So I ask that they're always in a leotard as much as you can help it. Again, I'm a parent, I get it. And that their hair is always up in a ponytail. I tell my girls, they're always like, my hair fell out, can I go get my mom? And I said, oh, I'm actually a professional ponytail redoer. So I have no problem helping them redo their hair. Don't worry about if it doesn't stay up in a ponytail, it's really not a big deal. I know some of them feel like it's a big deal, but I just help them redo it. Let's see, I can see Lila there. I know Lila has 2 big sisters one of them whose ponytail is so heavy it always falls out.
Always.
So
We got quite the hair flip happening here.
Yes.
So that's kind of, and then, they'll bring, I think you guys got your supply list. If you have any questions on that, I think we're going to still have them, they put their supplies in a bag. I would recommend if you have an old backpack laying around, it will get chalky and stuff being in the gym. I started, my 2 oldest, my 2 boys are my 2 oldest and they're on team. And they started off with a bag like a duffel bag that went over their shoulder, and they hated it. So they ended up switching to a backpack. So if you have an old backpack laying around, I'd recommend throwing all your supplies in there, in a water bottle that doesn't leak, because I know sometimes they'll leak all over their backpacks, which
And
it's a big deal, but
Sneak peek, we are hoping to do CGA backpacks this year. So those will be coming hopefully in fall time, but we are still working on getting that together. So just a sneak peek.
yeah, like a little, even if you have like a drawstring backpack or just something laying around your house, like don't go out and buy something new. Just, throw that. They don't need that. The supply list for level 2 is really minimal. So just throw all that stuff in a bag. Let's see. I kind of went over goals.
Mhm.
Meet season. Our meet season will start typically, again, I don't know how different things will be this year, but typically our meet season starts in November. We have brand new routines this year. So every 8 years, the USAG completely redoes the compulsory routines. So I don't even know the routines yet. All of us coaches are going to learn them in June. But our meet season will start in November. We typically do 4 to 5 meets. Meets are not a whole weekend thing. Meets are a 1 day, 4 to 5 hour ordeal. I don't know if they'll be longer with like social distancing or whatever, but typically, again, they're usually about 4 hours.
Kristen, do you want to go over kind of what that like compulsory routine means, like that everyone's the same and kind of all that?
So compulsory, yeah. So starting level 1, but not many gyms compete level 1. But compulsory is level 1 through 5. Everyone does the same routines. So if you move to California, you would do the same level 2 routines there as well. And the routines are meant to kind of build off one another. So once you learn the level 2 routine, you're learning skills then to learn the level 3 routine and the level 4. So everything you learn is going to help you progress through the levels of gymnastics, progress up. Yeah, what was I going to say about meets? And we do, because they're so new to this, usually in September or October, we do what's called a mock meet. So we make them put their leotard on and do their meet hair. And everybody, before COVID, everyone comes to the gym and you watch their routines. I don't know what it'll look like this year, but we will do some sort of mock meet so that they can practice doing their routines in front of other people. And we talk a lot in practice about it's okay to mess up and it's okay. I always tell them the story of my first meet and falling off the beam 4 or 5 times. And that was okay because, I get up the next time and do it. And so, we always talk a lot about when we first start about that it's okay to make mistakes. That helps us become better gymnasts and better humans because we can learn from them. So I know at first all of them are so scared about being on team, they're afraid to mess up. So that's a big thing we talk about at the beginning. So Kelsey, am I missing anything?
No, I think you got it. The only thing I was going to add in is that we did not compete this past year because we did not feel that it was safe for our team, gymnasts and families, as well as our coaches. But we do have intentions moving forward next year to be competing. With that said, if you as a family really want to join team, but you in the fall do not feel that you are comfortable to travel yet to meets, we understand that. We don't want to put anyone in a situation where they feel uncomfortable to be traveling if they're not ready. In level 2, we do not travel outside of Illinois. We'll typically have local meets here in Champaign, and then maybe 1 or 2 in Bourbonnais, which is about an hour away, and then maybe 1 or 2 up in Chicago. It's the farthest we travel, but we don't want to make anyone travel at a time that is very uncertain in the world. As far as refunds go for the meet, typically it is tricky to get a refund. This past year, we did find that meet directors were a little bit more lenient on getting a refund, but sometimes in a typical year, canceling a gymnast or a meet would be difficult. But this year we might have some leniency. So we just ask that if you want to join team, but we get to the fall and you know that in August your family is not ready to travel to a meet, we'd still train them the exact same way, but just let Casey know so that she is not charging you guys, because we know that the world is a scary place and everyone has their own family situation, and we want to respect everyone's family situation in this kind of uncertain times. So yeah, that's just something new that we have to talk about this year because of our situation, but hopefully in 2022 everything is good to go. Who knows? That's keep my fingers crossed for next year being the year. So yeah. Casey, you ready?
Yes. So I'm sure everybody's looked at the big scary billing sheet, and we really want to give you guys as much information as we have about billing upfront. And I understand there can be a little bit of a sticker shock with that. What we try to do with our meet fees and our team fees and our uniforms, et cetera, is spread everything out throughout the year, so you're not getting hit at any one particular time of year more so than others. Most of what we're trying to manage on our end is that we are taking in money for those before we're sending it out, but sometimes we swallow the cost and we, pay out before we've brought those fees in, so we can spread it out a little bit more for you guys. So you'll have your monthly fees every month, and that covers your practice fees. And then everything else on that sheet is in addition to that. So those uniform fees, the USA Gymnastics fees, the meet fees, and then what we call our competitive team fees. And those fees essentially cover the cost of sending our coaches to meets with your kids. At the beginning of the year, Ian and I sit down and make a spreadsheet of all of the meets we're planning to go to, what the mileage costs, what the hotel costs, what we have to pay our coaches, et cetera. And we add up that number, we divide it by the number of kids on team, and that's how we determine our meet fees. We don't really add any extra cushioning in there. We try to be as accurate as we can with what we're going to charge you for fees. If we do have a surplus of those competition fees left over, we always pour that into our competitive team banquet at the end of the year. So you do see it in other ways if we end up with surplus for some reason, but we're pretty good at hitting the nail on the head with our travel budget. We've gotten pretty good at it. So like I said, it is a lot, and we understand completely that gymnastics is an expensive sport, and it's something that we know your whole family is opting into by joining the team. It's not just your daughter that's joining, it's the whole family, between getting them to practices, between allocating weekends for your family to be available to travel to meets. It's a family commitment. So we want to front load all of the information that we have to give you as far as what those meets look like and how much you can expect to cost, so you have that decision, or you have that information to make an informed decision for your family. Does anybody have any billing related questions off the top that I can answer for you? No. Amazing. If you do, and when you do, like Kelsey said, you can always come to me with anything billing related. I manage all of our team billing, the monthly fees, but also those additional fees. So any of that, you're welcome to reach out to me and I can help you with any of that.
Awesome.
Cool.
Does anyone have any questions in general, for Kristen, myself, or Casey? Just any general, like, what is this all about questions?
No.
You guys are rock stars.
Yeah, when you have questions, because you will, they will come up. We are here for you guys, and there's no silly question, because you're entering into this whole new world of competitive gymnastics. Some of you have siblings that have done it, so you can remember that like eye-opening experience when like you walked into a gymnastics meet and you're like, whoa, this is crazy. But we are here for you. Like there are no silly questions, and we've got a lot of great parents in this group too that have had kids on team already. So this is a good group for resources between the staff and the other families.
Yeah, actually, sorry. All I was gonna say was, for those of you on here, Nyla Lake, that name right there, you see the Maddie and Ellie name you see, and the T Davis name you see, those three parents actually already have kids on team. So you guys will be good resources for anyone else that might have questions on here. But like Casey said, like no question's a silly question. Kristen, myself, and Casey, I think our preferred method of communication is email. For myself, if you guys email me, I actually, if it's something that like is going to be something that we go back and forth on email, most of the time I'll just call you or set up a time to talk, because I'll be honest, I don't write emails as smoothly as Casey and Kristen do. They're really smooth with their emails. So if you write me an email and I say, hey, let's set up a time to talk, it's not because it's due to something scary. It's just because I probably don't know how to put the words of my mouth onto words on paper. I'm not the best writer. So it probably just means I don't know how to communicate what I'm trying to say. And I just will do better if I talk with you in person. Casey's a really smooth emailer, so is Kristen. So they might respond in email. I might respond in, hey, here's my cell phone, let's chat.
Right.
So I'm just not a smooth emailer. You guys have probably seen a lot of typos in my email because I just goes through the whole thing. So
She's a
I
fast
apologize. I apologize for my email typos in advance. But
I thought of something. A question I get a lot is about vacations. Like, oh, is it okay to take vacations? And oh, we have this. What happens? So in team, there are no makeups. Okay, you miss, but that's kind of why why we go a lot more than a rec class. But it's great. Please take your vacations. I take my vacations. Again, I have 4 kids. I need to get away. I wish I could get away without them sometimes. But yes, regardless of how long your vacations are, sometimes I've had people that take 2-3 week vacations and, oh, are they going to get behind? No, not typically. And if they do, I address it. But yes, please enjoy your family and your vacations, because, our family and stuff is super important. And hopefully this year we can take vacation. So
fingers crossed. And if you guys do have vacation time planned, feel free to reach out to both your coaches, but also to me. If you are going to observe that recommended quarantines that we have at CGA after you vacation, we'll prorate your fees for the time that you're quarantining. We don't prorate for the time that you're on vacation because that's elective, but we will prorate for the time that you're abstaining from activities, because that's per our request. So that's something that you can feel free to reach out to me about as well.
And do let me know if you're going to be absent from practice. In the past, kids aren't there for a week and I'm sort of wondering what's going on, and it was just that they were on vacation. So
right.
A heads up to my email is always, I probably won't respond, but I will read it. And it's appreciated that you let me know that you won't be there.
yes. A question we had in a meeting with the Excel side of our program, new parent meeting, was just kind of like a gymnastics 101 question. And Casey and I are actually in the middle of revising our team handbook. So we will be sending out a team handbook to all the parents, new and current parents, in June. And it just describes basically everything. It goes through, what is JO? What does that mean? Actually, it's not called JO anymore. It's called DP. Thank you. I keep forgetting. So JO stands for Junior Olympic. It was just the organization that we ran. The program was run through, just what USAG called it. USAG is our governing body of gymnastics that we go through. And JO is the program that your daughters are entering, but they changed it just recently to developmental program. So it's now called DP. So if I keep calling it JO for the rest of my life, I'm sorry. It's what it's been for, I'm 29, so it's what it's been for 29 years of my life. So it's just what I'm so used to calling it. But this handbook will just be going over just what is it? How do they progress through levels? What are our team values? How does billing happen? Our team handbook goes through everything. So we will be handing that out in June. And then in August, we are also having a pre-season meeting for every parent, again, current and new, just to go over kind of what to expect from meets. Since things will look a little bit different, and this is the first time that most of these girls have had first time really any of our current girls have ever taken a year off of competing, and your girls have never competed. So it would be a good refresher, just what to expect from meet. So those are just things to look forward to. Again, team handbook is in June. A what to look for in meets will be that will be a meeting I guess that we go over. So but in the meantime, like Casey said, you're always welcome to email with any questions you have. Awesome. Any questions?
Cool.
Yeah.
Did anything else come up?
Well, I appreciate you guys all getting on. I'm super excited to coach your kids. I'm pretty sure I've coached everyone in this group, except, I don't think I've actually coached Ella. So looking forward to meet Ella. That's gonna be very exciting. But I know not a lot of you guys, a lot of these kids have met Kristen yet. You're gonna absolutely love her. She's way cooler than me. So
Time we leave. So
yeah.
I will officially be back in the gym in June. So
Yes.
if you're wondering why you don't ever see me, that's why I haven't actually been there recently.
There's a baby. Yes. Great. Okay, guys. Well, this meeting is recorded, and I'm hoping to get the link out to you guys in case you would need to rewatch anything if dogs are barking or anything in your background. But yeah. Hi, Tessa. By the way, good to see you. Great. Oh, and wow, we got all the kids on. Hi, guys. Good. Well, it's good to see everybody. We appreciate you, and we'll see you later in the week in your classes.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Thanks for
guys.
making time for us tonight.
You know.
Bye.